Hey guys, this is Candy with KANDI'S Kreations, and today we're going to make a boho grapevine, but this is a different grapevine. This is something that I got from Jennifer with Jam Designs, and we got these at market. We went to market and we saw these different unique, see how thick it is. It has chicken wire on the inside. It's built with chicken wire and vine is what it looks like. And these are all like handmade. So very unique. Jennifer does have a few in her shop. So if you're interested, she will have a few for you guys. Let's see here. We're going to do this pumpkin. So this pumpkin, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to skewer the pumpkin here and the pumpkin here, and I kind of wanted to build out like right here and let it flow this way. You could do it any way you want. Like if you wanted to do this here and have it flow in this way, that would be awesome too. But I really do want to try to keep this basket exposed as much as possible, and y'all know that I am just one to cover up my bases and such, and I'm going to try my best not to do that. But this is a bag of pumpkins and it comes like this. I feel sure I won't use all these, but you can get a lot out of this specific bag of pumpkins. So let me get started by, I'm just going to take, and I want to use some skewers that are like black or just darker color that maybe they will, if you have brown ones, that would probably be more preferable to use. Let me find another. These are just nubs from where I used cut my stems of floral picks, and I'm going to just trim this down a little bit. I am going to skewer it where I know. Go ahead and get this placement good, and go ahead and put this right here. So I'm going to go ahead on each side. This is foam, so it's going to go in there like that, and then we're going to do one at an angle. So I'm going to go right here. Try to get your placement right. And here to the side, nestled in there. And I'm going to dab glue wherever I can see my stick, and wherever right here where my pumpkin is going to touch, I'm going to do the stick a little bit to where it just kind of drips to drag into that grapevine. And then I'm going to dab where the pumpkin is touching the grapevine. I'm going to do that as well, wherever it's touching. I'm not dousing it down too bad. So, and plus, once we get all this in here, the product that I'm going to use, it will also be good to hold it too. So anywhere I can see this stick touching the grapevines, I'm going to dab it with some glue. I'm trying to decide if I wanted to clean this up, like trim this off. But I'm going to leave it for now because it might be good to use for the boho look. So what I'm going to do, y'all, to try to save a little bit on product, I'm going to just try to use one of these picks, and I have one of these picks and one of these picks. So I'm going to cut these in half, and we're going to layer them like this, and then we'll fill in around them. So I'm just going to find where it gets a good cut. I want to make sure I have the raffia on both pieces of the picks, and we want one of these on one and one of these on one. So, and I also, let me see, be careful like where your leaves are going to separate. Let's see here, because I want to make sure I get leaves on both of them too. So look, right here is where it separates. There's where you get leaves up here and leaves down there, raffia down there, raffia down here. You got the gourd and the pumpkin. So I want to get a little bit of balance between where I'm cutting it. So this is where I chose. So we got leaf, raffia, gourd, you know, all the things. So it's a good mix. good spot to choose to cut that. All right, so we got this one. It's got a good mix of where to separate it. I'm gonna cut this a little bit long. Get the rest of this off. That was the tag. All right, saving my nub for later. I don't save all my nubs. If I did, I'd be nub poor. Okay, let's do the same thing. Let's find a good cut with this one. So we're gonna get leaves, berries, all the things. Let's see how far. I'm just trying to proportion out where I'm cutting it. So I think right here is gonna be a good point to where I'll hold them both up when I get a cut. So just look, we got berries, pine cone, some of this good little potty, seeded, whatever that is. So that's a good mix between that one and then this one. Okay, so I think I'm going to, let me see, what do I want to layer first? I'm just gonna kind of make these into one pick. You see that? I just slid it right on in there. And we'll keep that together. And then let's put these other ones together. I love layering. Love it, love it. Hold on, let me do this. I just want to make sure I'm not covering up. I want to make sure it's a good mix. Like I don't want to cover up all these really pretty berries. So you can kind of just finagle it to have those berries come out. Alright, so we'll just leave this one right here. So now we need to decide which one do we want to come this way and which one do we want. Let's just do a trial run before we zip tie this together. I love this already. So this one right here seems to be a little bit thicker. So I think I might go ahead, let's lay this to the side and let's just do the little bit more full one right there. And I'm going to trim this a tiny bit. See how it's poking out now that I know I'm keeping it at the top? I'm just going to trim that a little bit. I just trimmed this off. And now that I got my placement kind of going on, and we're going to I'm just sticking this in the grapevine slash chicken wire. I'm trying not to lose my direction. Hold on, see, look, I'm losing my direction of my pumpkin. I need to go up some more. Always pay attention to your focal point. I was starting to lose that, so I need to adjust this up this way. And I want to take this off and just adjust it up to where. When I design on the table, it's just, sometimes I lose that. So I'm trying to just always stay cautious of that. We're gonna take this and we're gonna zip tie this. These two together, layer them right there together, and we're going to zip tie this. Make sure it's good and tight. Tug on these. I'm going to go ahead. This right here is, this pick right here actually is not really staying. I'm going to glue it. You can go ahead and pre-zip tie it if you want to, but I just took it out and I'm going to glue it right up under here. I just dipped it in my glue pot. I'm going to dab some glue on the spine of that one that I just glued, and I'm going to glue right here where they're all kind of layered together. I'm doing a little bit of glue just for some extra security. You can put more zip ties in it if you want to, but I'm trying to avoid that. It'll stick to this grapevine, I feel sure. All right, so let's keep this flow of the pumpkin going this way. And I have, let's see here. We got some beautiful Hobby Lobby florals, and this is some filler from the at-home store. Look how boho-ish this looks. I am in love with this. Okay, let's cut this off. Cut all of these. Actually, I think I got these from the wreath shop. I'll find out. I'll figure it out. Dipping them in the glue. Look, we're going to just sprinkle these into the grapevine that you want to try to find, because this grapevine has loose pieces and tight pieces. So you want to make sure that this specific grapevine has, where you're putting it in, where you're sprinkling it in, it's either going to go in one of the picks that you just added, or some tight spot. That's, you got to make sure of that. I'm just working the inner and the outer of this. I'm gonna put a bow right here, a little baby bow. We're gonna go low to give it some more flowage here at the bottom. Love that. Look at this. Woohoo! This makes my heart flutter a little bit. They're pretty simple project. I guarantee you this total won't take about 30 or 40 minutes. So I got some here. I definitely need to go to the top, and we're gonna go right here, layer it under that pick. You could do it under the pick, or you could just have, I could just put it right here. You know, it doesn't really matter. Just sprinkle it up there somewhere. All right, I need something coming out the side. Let's try to find maybe a little bit of the shorter piece. You know, when you cut up a floral bush or anything, you just need to be cautious of what you're working with as far as your florals and your fillers. Let me go ahead, before I sprinkle these last couple of pieces, I'm going to save that a little bit. And this came from Jennifer with Jam Designs, and I believe this one came from the wreath shop or the fellas. I will find that for y'all. And I'm going to make, this is a 7/8 burlap, and this is a 1.5 inch. So we're just going to keep it boho-ish, simple. I'm just going to, ooh, this is some bouncy ribbon. Look at that. That is so bouncy. I'm going to leave a long tail. We're going to make a loop. This is going to be about a 7-inch loop. We're going to twist it, twist up. I just kind of eyeball to make sure my loops are the same. I'm going to leave this a long flowy tail. I think I might. I'm just going to cut a longer piece and add this to the back. We're just layering those together. Look, to give it some extra tails at the top, like a little bit shorter tail with a longer flowy tail at the bottom. And I am going to do my little candy bow thingy. You know what I might do also? Let me just see what I'm going to do. A layer, a long tail on the back of this as well with the 7/8. Just give it some extra tails. So no loops, just a strip of these two ribbons in the back. Loop here, just a one looper with the tail going up, and then we'll do the candy knot. So I'm going to leave a little tail. We're going to wrap it around my finger, twist it close to my finger, make a loop, twist, make a loop. We're going to cut that long tail, take it off my finger, turn it over to where the tails all flow the same way. just these loops, zip tie it together. I'm going to use one of my smaller zip ties, and then we'll zip tie it into right there where we made those join together. Just trim this little tail off. I love the little flirtiness of this bow, all the tails and the different size ribbons. Let me get a zip tie, slip it through the back. And I'm going to zip tie it to one of the picks right here, just a couple of pieces of the picks. We don't want it to be strangled in there, so I'm just finding 2 pieces of the pick with the pine cone right here, and then I'm just zip tying it. Trim this off. Fluff these tails and such. I just cut these 7/8 at an angle. I'm going to fold this in half, cut upwards, dovetail, fold in half, cut upwards, dovetail. Just do the bottoms. Fold in half, cut upwards, fold in half, cut upwards for a dovetail. It's not a ducktail, y'all, it's a dovetail. I've had people say that before. I am going to dab a little bit of glue where this bow is back there. Keep it where it's not flopping. But these just flow naturally. I love that. Once I get it on the door, I'll kind of put the tails and such before I take my picture. Just make the tails flow how I want them to. But I don't think I'm going to waterfall them or anything like that. I'm just going to let them flow like this. I love the dainty bow in it. Alright, let's sprinkle these last couple of pieces that I have. Definitely need something coming from under the bow right here. Looking a little nakey. And then we got this one. I got this one little piece that fell off, y'all. I'm gonna do it like coming out under my little knot, my little middle of my bow. I'm just gonna literally put it in there. Let it dry. And then this one, let me take a step back. So we got some here, we got some there, we got some here. It looks like it's kind of flowing pretty good. I'm gonna go to the outside right here. Dabbing some glue. It looks definitely needs some stuff extra over here. Come out the side. I mean, at this point, you're really kind of just looking to see. And actually, I think that, see, this has 3. I am so crazy about kind of having things proportioned out. 1, 2, 3, and then there's only 1, 2 of these on this side. I'm going to trim this one because it's kind of like poking out to me. I'm going to trim it off, and I'm going to put it to the outside of this bow. I just dabbed some glue on it, and I'm going to just find it a home over here. See how much that balanced it out a little bit. Balance is everything to me, guys. Like, I just really have to make sure my materials are balanced and proportioned, and my ribbons flow, and my florals flow a certain way. I mean, balance and flow is so important, y'all. And I'm gonna twist that pumpkin stem up that way because I like it better that way. These are some of the Hobby Lobby florals that I want to add in there. And then we have some of this from Jin Jin I want to put in there. And then we have some of this I got from Jennifer. You can buy this as a bundle. We definitely, for boho, we definitely need some pampas. It is a little bit of a mess, but this one does not shed that bad. I'm gonna cut off a couple of pieces of this. I'm gonna cut off 3, and we'll go from there. 1, 2. That kind of broke up in smaller pieces. We'll see how we can proportion that out in there. Let's get this is a Hobby Lobby bush. I will put that with this supply list. And I'm almost positive the Hobby Lobby bushes are 40% off right now. Make sure these are the same. All right, I'm going to do just 3 for now. I do like the leaves on this one as well, so I'm going to keep these leaves. They go with this very well. I think I'm going to go here with this one. I'm going to keep this stem longer so we can kind of nestle right here. And this is longer, so we're going to go to the bottom right here with this one. Then we'll go to the outside with this one. Balancing this out, doing the triangle. And I do have one that I have a random, and I was gonna see about maybe putting one right here under my bow. I like it. I'm gonna rock on with that. Got a short stem. It's something that I cut from a previous project, so love that. So pretty. We got this. We're gonna add in there. I'm just gonna sprinkle a few of these in there. I love, they match perfect with the boho look. So we'll sprinkle. Whoa. So I'm just cautious. See, like this one's a little bit longer. That's a little bit shorter. These two seem to be about the same size, and this one's longer. So I think I'm going to go with the longer piece here at the bottom, right under here, kind of the side bottom, I guess I should say. And I think, what do I want to, no, that's too much on the inside. I usually have a tendency to work the inner and the outer like top, and then the outer of the bow. And then we're gonna put some. So we only used, 2 different picks for those longer ones to start our base. And then we kind of went with that. Okay, so we try to keep my flow of my pumpkin to be going this way. I'm really working on that. I have one more piece, and I definitely need something to come under my pumpkin like that. So I used 2 of these bushes. So I'm gonna nestle this right under my pumpkin because I want to kind of, hide my mechanics a little bit also. Let's add some of this pampas. So this is a really, let me see if you could get cuts out of this. So you can sprinkle this. I'm going to cut this one. They're so long. I'm going to cut 1 in half. You'll get a lot out of that cluster. Let's see how it breaks up. And just start sprinkling this throughout. Just working it in what we already have going on here. And just keep it balanced. This one's really long. I'm going to trim it a little bit. And then we're going to go along with this one. Sprinkle, sprinkle the pampas. I might cut that other one up too. I cut 3 pieces off originally of this. And then I cut 2 in half. I cut 1 long, and then I cut 2 in half. Just to be able to sprinkle shorter pieces. So, you know, you're doing it for several reasons, to get more out of your product, and then to also just, like, I don't want huge long pieces of pampas like way out here, you know. You got to keep the flow of it all, like long ones from the bottom, yes, and then, you know, you just gotta make sure it's proportioned out, just like when I tell y'all on the wreath critiques. All right, keeping the flow of my pumpkin going this way. All right, so we got some here. We got here, here, here. We are definitely gonna, I'm just gonna dip this in my, you could zip tie this if you wanted to, but I'm just gonna trust my Gorilla Glue and Jesus to just dip it here into the, whoa, glue pot and go right here. Sprinkle a few of these pieces in there. I'm gonna hit it with my glue gun a little bit too. Way down at the source of it all. Let's see if we want to work any more of these pumpkins, and then I think I'm going to be done. This baby is stuffed. Keeping the flow of this going this way. Let's see. I love these speckled pumpkins. They're so cute. I was wondering if I wanted to, I think I'm going to put one right here, because it kind of looks a little empty down here, and I'm just going to cluster this right here. So I'm just going to skewer this with the nub that I just used, or cut off from our pick. And I trim it a little bit. Doing a dry run. I'm trying to remember how I did it upwards like that. So let me just dip some glue on my stick. We're going right there, and just gonna work that one right there. I am going to dab some glue wherever my pumpkins are touching. We're dabbing some glue. I love that there. So I think I need another pumpkin at the top right here. Look at this other. We got one more speckled, really, really speckled pumpkin. They're all kind of speckly, like that has some speckles on it, but this one's like really speckly. Like I said, you can use these for other projects. They come in a bag like that. Keep that for you guys. I think I want to go ahead with my speckly pumpkin and just, I'm gonna work this one right here, and then I'm seriously done. Famous last words. Get me a nub. Nubs and foam pumpkins are a dream come true. So before I cut this, I want to see if I need to or not. Because you want it to be able to peek up. I like it like that. So I'm just gonna, I don't need to cut this, so I'm just dabbing some glue on it. I'm gonna work it right here. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I love this. All right, guys, I think we have stuffed this to the max. So if you want to take these little pieces and sprinkle them throughout, you know, we could do that too. You don't want to be wasteful. So let's see if we could get these last little pieces in here. Like, I'm going to open my bow, literally go to the core, the root of the bow, open that up, just sprinkle it in there. We got a few more of these. Let's combo these up. Boho is really, really, really popular for fall. I am going to take my glue gun, and I'm going to put some glue on here, and we're going to nestle it right under this flower, rub top of it right there. So yeah, look at that, it's so pretty. I love that. All right, I'll take a picture and get it for you guys with the supply list. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for being a part of the Kandi crew, and y'all have an amazing weekend, day, week, whatever day you're watching this. See you later. Love you. Bye.